Good morning. Welcome to our Chapter 20 Partner Program. This is where we join to share our experiences on what Jesus is teaching us through the Chapter 20 Partner Program in the book that he helped Kay write, Jesus, a New Covenant. And in the book, which is right here, chapter 20 has 80 plus beliefs that were taken from A Course in Miracles, where there's over 400 listed in the Course. Jesus says, you believe. And just as an example, he says, you believe the world was made to persecute you. You believe it is acceptable to follow the ego thought system, and you believe you are without love. These are just a few, which he tells us are the desires that are hiding in the mind. There are many, many desires. Jesus says in the Course that the truth will be returned to your awareness through your desire, as it was lost to your awareness through your desire for something else. And that something else, obviously, is the world of form. And our mind is filled with all sorts of desires that need to be healed, looked at and healed. And even the Buddha said desirelessness is nirvana. And Jesus leads us to nirvana. And the quickest way is to follow him. And he has also given us the Chapter 20 program to help go deep in the mind and clear these desires that are blocking our supreme happiness. And in this program, we are joined, Jesus partners us up with the perfect person, perfect brother, mighty companion to go through this chapter with, these desires with. We don't know who that's going to be. When someone expresses an interest in joining the program, then we pray, and Jesus gives us the person to partner them with. I've had four different partners, and they were all perfect given at the time. I didn't think so, but it turned out they were perfect because Jesus knows what he's doing. So that's what this program is for. We join here on the first Saturday of every month to share our experiences. What are we learning from Jesus? What is he teaching us? What are we learning through our partners? And it's pretty profound and quite amazing, very inspiring. I will share. Jesus has taught me that I can accept miracles. Number one. Number two, this program is helping me to hear his voice more clearly. And this is precisely why I joined up with the Joining Light Devotional Center to learn how to hear the voice so I know what Jesus wants me to do. I've also learned that I don't want to hear the voice, which we have to see in order to clear the blocks to healing. But Jesus is showing me that I can not only hear his voice myself now, but I also hear it through my partner. And he says, this is really important. He says, your brother speaks my voice for you when you're not able to hear it, and you speak my voice for your brother when they're not able to hear it. So it's very important. Joining is something he mentions in the Course over 400 times, because joining with a partner to hear Jesus amplifies his voice. And not only am I able to hear it more clearly when I join, but my partner and I, more often than not, hear the exact same thing. So that just shows us that we're tuned in, that we are one in the mind, and it helps lead us to the healing. So, yeah, this has been a really very, very deep and powerful program that supports the light circles that we do every morning and every evening to join, and then we join during the day. And Jesus just says you cannot join enough. cannot join too much. And you cannot follow me too much. There's value. It's invaluable to follow Jesus, because this is where you're going to maximize your miracles. Not just a joining here and there, a light circle, saying a prayer, looking at a miracle, but he says, you need to follow me in every moment. Let me make your decisions, because if not, you're allowing the ego to make your decisions, and that keeps you on the highway to hell. But he says, I can lead you out. And he says in Jesus, a New Covenant, there's only one thing in this world that you can be certain of, just one thing. And he says, that is, I am here to lead you out of it. So he's definitely showing us we need to trust him, to follow him. He's teaching us the exact same way that he taught Helen and Bill to work miracles when they were scribing the course. Exact same way. And the most important thing is to allow him to be in charge, because Jesus is in charge of the atonement. He is the atonement. And in order to find our way out with him, we absolutely need to follow him. So this chapter 20 partner program is, it's a very deep look, very, very powerful tool. And I think everyone has found it to be helpful in clearing desires, deep desires especially, that we don't even know are there, because they're subconscious. Let's face it, we can't see into our subconscious. Only Jesus can. And again, that's another reason why it's so important. So miracles are abound. They're available. We're accepting and receiving them. But we have to look with Jesus in order to do that. We need to follow. So this is the value of our Chapter 20 partner program. And that is my share. And if anyone else would like to share, please feel free. Okay, Renee is going to share.
Okay. So, something that David brought up, just that's helpful for me too, helpful reminder from Jesus, is asking, and asking for help. I see that I didn't really know how much help I needed, and that I was denying myself the help that I need through these desires, and also this distinction of like that they're all the same, yet because there's still desires to experience pain and suffering and being in the world, and that it's difficult to get out of that, that I need to look very specifically with Jesus, take his hand and let him guide us. So each session we start with that. We start with Jesus and asking him to guide us to the miracle. Each moment. So it's a helpful way to practice and focus and really see that the light is more powerful than any of the resistance that comes up, because there has been that just seems to be part of it, is that I'm looking at where I don't want to see something that he's showing me. But key thing is that it's a desired experience, and so this helps me take responsibility for my part in this, my desire for this, and that he is in charge of the atonement, so he is going to he's going to show me everything, exactly what I need to see. And noticing how, through practicing and joining with partners for chapter 20, where I want to avoid seeing the very specific things that he'll show me. So a way to trick myself is to stay in, like abstract ideas, and he's helping me see that with the Course, it's in a sense abstract, but then with the workbook and the light circles and everything, he keeps pointing to the very specific places in my mind, so that I can see where I'm flipping heaven and hell, where I think that going to God is difficult or impossible, or I'm having a hard time, and he's been helping me see with a partner, a brother that is in holy purpose with me, to see these things, that it's a decision, and each desire is a part of the mind, a part of myself, that I'm learning to be in willingness and honesty with myself, that it has no value, and to see that for myself, and how I could read the Course, and I did I had the Course in my life for 10, 15 years before I began this deeper looking with Jesus, and this commitment to have a relationship with him that's holy. And my brother, how tricky the ego is to keep us out of our function and our holy purpose together. So this program is like it's a beginning, like the Course, where it's helping me come empty-handed to God, and see that really it doesn't have any value to hold on to my old ideas about any of it, including the Course, all the concepts, and in spiritual awakening, just everything, to come empty-handed and let him guide me and my partner. Again, he brings me back to my partner, and are there any twitches or grievances with that partner to help me see through and see beyond the body, again and again. And what he's been emphasizing is that it takes a lot of looking to do this. It is a commitment to myself to say no to the ego and see that I have the power to do that in every circumstance. And like David was sharing, that he is here to lead me out. That is such a gift. And that's my brother. My brother is a symbol of Jesus in my mind, helping me reduce and eliminate the fear of my brother through joining and seeing what's true. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Renee. Yeah, that's beautiful. One thing is for sure, the ego does not want us to look at these desires. It is there to do everything it can to keep us distracted, point us in the other direction. But choosing to join anyway is the way through it. And what I did not mention, we're joined. I did mention we're joined with a partner by Jesus, and then we join with this partner brother 2, 3, 4 times a week to look at these desires. So it's very consistent. Again, along with the light circles that we do every morning and every evening, these joinings go on consistently. And they're just, they lead us to a deeper, more beautiful experiences through the miracles that we get from them with Jesus. So, yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Renee. Okay, Martha. Martha, would you like to share?
Sure, I'll share. As gone through the program and watching myself go through the program, as I started, I didn't think I could do that, and my partner that Jesus chose for me was absolutely perfect, and she very gently guided as the leader, and then at the merging through the program, I was gaining my confidence in hearing, and at the end of the program, it was just quite a big transition for me from fear that I couldn't hear, and our messages were coming out very the same, really. So it taught me that I was just denying myself. And then now just my current joinings, it was so, the continual doing it 3 times a week was just a continual journey. And then I haven't been in the program since last summer, and I just don't really think too much about it until I do join now, and it's like, wow, there is just something different that transpires in the one-on-one with Jesus that there's like nothing else. And it's just a feeling that bubbles up, and it just brought me to a couple of days ago with joining us how I'm really missing this, because it's quite different than the light circles. You can really totally feel Jesus is with you. And yeah, it just brought me to, wow, like a dessert, you want a little bit more of it. So it is a powerful program. And I quite often look at the book myself and ask Jesus, what do I need to look at here? Because I'm upset. But there's nothing. It's not the same when you're joining with Jesus and somebody else, because you really can see that your partner is you, and the reflection is there. So yeah, very grateful for the experience that have gone through this program, because it is very powerful for hearing and just your confidence that comes with it too. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Yeah, it's so important to realize that Jesus is here with us always. And as I mentioned in the beginning, I wanted to hear the voice, but then I started to learn how much I didn't want to hear the voice. And that's what's going on with these desires. They're keeping us blocked. And as Martha just mentioned, the Chapter 20 program takes us so much deeper into the mind to help remove the deeper blocks, which helps us to hear and feel Jesus's presence more so. And then also we feel him more in the light circles as a result. So yeah, again, if deepening your relationship with the divine, really to feel and know the experience of the love of God and Jesus, not just to talk about it and read about it in the course, but to have the experience and to start to lighten up and lose the wrinkles on the forehead and, stop judging so much anybody, including, which means we're judging ourselves. So stop the judgment game. Stop the game of the ego. Say no. And just see there's nothing in this world of form that is bringing us the true happiness that our mind longs for, our heart longs for. We're looking for it. We've been searching for it for eons, for lifetimes, where it cannot be found. It can never be found. It can only be found in the mind with Jesus, and the ego is doing everything it can to block access, to make us think this isn't a good idea, to bring up pain, anger, rage, anything it can to stop us from looking. But as Jesus says, if you walk through the fire with me, only the chaff will burn off, the good wheat remains, you'll never be harmed. And he says, you'll find light. You'll find light. So Yeah, the Chapter 20 Partner Program is invaluable for sure. If you have interest in joining the program, please contact us either through our website, joininginlight.net, or through our messenger chat group, ACIM, Jesus, a New Covenant, and we will talk with you further and help you find the perfect partner along with Jesus to get you started and on your way to continued and deeper healing. So with that, we thank you all for joining us. We love joining with you. We love sharing the good news here. And we'll be here again on the first Saturday of every month. So please continue to join with us, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. All right. Love you all. Thank you.